In this video, we're going over the top areas to live if you're PCSing to Camp Lejeune. What's going on, guys? Thank you for tuning into the channel. I'm Avery with American Home Team at eXp Realty, and as much as I love making these videos, I would love even more to help you guys with your real estate needs, whether you're looking to buy, sell, invest in the Eastern North Carolina region, Jacksonville to Wilmington to New Bern. I would be more than honored to help you. And so with that said, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and my phone number and email address popping up on the screen. I am the one that responds to all of the calls, texts, and emails. I would love to have a conversation with you. But jumping into the video, we're talking about the best places to move to if you're relocating to Camp Lejeune or MCA New River. And guys, I work with military every single day. The VA loan is an awesome product. In fact, it's the #1 closed loan of all of the products out there. And I am a fighter for the VA loan product. I think it's such a great product, and there's more VA products that a lot of people don't even realize, such as new construction VA loans, renovation VA loans, as well as just resale VA loans. So with that said, let's dive into some of the areas that you might want to consider as you PCS here. All right, and starting furthest south, we're going to talk about Hamstead and Surf City. Now, I have videos on both of these towns. They're both fantastic coastal towns, but they are your furthest away from Camp Lejeune. We're looking at really about 45 minutes to the back gate of Camp Lejeune if you're in Hamstead. So you're definitely going to want to consider that prior to making the move to Hamstead or Surf City, just because it is going to be your furthest commute. Now, with that said, I do see a lot of officers and staff NCOs out in the Surf City and Hamstead area, primarily because it's away from the flagpole. You don't see nearly as many Marines out and about in town, and you don't feel like you're at work when you're, at home. These are going to be some of your more expensive areas. Hamstead, you're looking anywhere around $450,000, all the way up to a couple $1 million. But a lot of the neighborhoods go from about $450,000 up to about $650,000, and you can get a lot of square footage in these houses. We're looking at anywhere from 1,700 square feet up to about 3,000 or 4,000 square feet. But what I love about Hamstead and Surf City is that you are away from Camp Lejeune. You're away from base, so you don't feel like you're in that military area. So for those of you that like to get away from work, Hamstead and Surf City are going to be the place to live. And there is a ton of shopping in the area, so your grocery stores and things like that, you're not going to be traveling far at all to go grocery shopping and get your daily necessities. And with that said, in Hamstead, there is a ton of new construction. So if you're looking into that VA new construction product, let's work through that together. You can certainly build a brand new house in Hamstead with that product. It's being done every single day. I helped someone last week do it. That product is amazing, and especially for Hamstead, where it's a lot of development going on, it's definitely going to be worthwhile. All right, and number 2 is Holly Ridge. Holly Ridge is a fantastic area simply because you feel like you're in the country. It's a very rural setting. It's still pretty much undeveloped for the most part. There are a number of developments in the area that are fantastic to live in, family friendly, and it is coastal. It's only about a 10-minute drive or 12-minute drive to the beach, as well as the majority of your grocery stores that you're going to be going to. It's going to take you anywhere from about 15 to 25 minutes to get to the back gate of Camp Lejeune, if that's where you're heading, or if you're going onto MCAS New River, it's going to be closer to that 30-minute mark. Holly Ridge, just like Hamstead or Surf City, is going to cater primarily to that staff NCO or young officer. I know in my neighborhood backs up to Spicer Bay, And I get a lot of staff NCOs as well as young lieutenants and young captains in my neighborhood. And it's actually really always a good time going down to the boat dock and, catching a lot of people out there fishing and, taking their boats out, jet skis out, that kind of thing. So Holly Ridge is fantastic if you want that water life, but you also want the rural side of things. And a lot of the neighborhoods, you're not, right up on top of each other. You do get a little bit more space and you get a lot of bang for your buck. You're looking anywhere from about 300,000 in some neighborhoods up to about 7 or 800,000 if you want to get into the master plan community of Summer House on Everett Bay. I do know a lot of MARSOC guys and like master guns and sergeant majors that live in Summer House, as well as obviously some officers that live in Summer House. It is a higher end gated community, but a lot of people will be PCSing from Okie, where it's a relatively sheltered lifestyle for kiddos, and they will move into Summer House because it is one of the few gated communities in the area. So if you're interested in any of that, I can certainly send you some properties in Summer House. They are still building as well. So once again, if you're looking to use that VA construction product, I'd be more than happy to get you situated with that as well. All right, and moving further east, we have Sneads Ferry. This is going to be your main military town on the west side, southwest side of Camp Lejeune. And the reason I say that is because it is so close to Stone Bay and the back gate of Camp Lejeune. I absolutely love Sneads Ferry because of the bang for your buck that you get. You have no town or city taxes in Sneads Ferry, so you're paying a low rate of 65 cents per $100 of value, and the houses tend to be bigger and a little bit cheaper than some of the areas that we've discussed thus far. With that said, these are much bigger neighborhoods. They do offer some amenities such as a pool or a boat ramp, boat slips, that kind of thing. But once again, your neighbors are going to be Marines and or recent vets. As far as the demographics go, we are looking at a number of different ranks in these areas, all the way from, majors and colonels to, lance corporals that have families that live in some of these neighborhoods. This is also a fantastic area to buy a house and rent it out later on, should you get PCSed across the country again or whatever, and you're trying to look for a little bit of money to, start your investment properties. Because this is one of the hotter areas, we find that a lot of Marines will also rent these houses if they're on a short assignment or they just aren't ready to buy yet. But in Sneads Ferry, you can buy from about $300,000 all the way up to a couple $1 million if it's closer to the water. But Sneads Ferry is also great proximity to North Topsail Beach, which is fantastic if you want to bring the kids to the beach or just have a beach day. But also you'll see a lot of military members and families out running the neighborhoods because they are bigger neighborhoods and it's safe to run on. So staying active, staying fit, obviously important in the Marine Corps community. So these neighborhoods are great for that. But the one downside I will say is that it is much busier than the other towns that we've discussed, primarily because of the population, and the intersections just get so crowded, and you might be at a red light for about 2 or 3 turns before you actually get your go at it. So something to think about on your commute, but it is closest to the back gate of Camp Lejeune, and it's about 15 to 20 minutes to MCAS New River. All right, and moving further north, you have Richlands. Richlands is an up-and-coming town. It's a beautiful town. It's very, very rural, and there's an increasing amount of neighborhoods going in the area. These are nice neighborhoods, but you can get them anywhere from about $250,000 up to, really, you name it, 5, 6, 7, 800,000, depending on the neighborhood. Richlands, the majority of where you're going to live in Richlands, you're about 25 to 30 minutes away from base, whether it's Camp Lejeune or New River. So something to think about there. You do have a longer commute, but it is rural and you do feel like you're out of the military area. Richlands also is pretty close to all of the shopping, the Walmarts, the Lowe's Foods, Lowe's Home Goods. Pretty much everything you need is right there, either in Richlands or like the border of Richlands and Jacksonville. So, you're not gonna really drive far to get all of your daily essentials. And once again, going back to the pricing and stuff, I do like Richlands because it is a little bit lower price. It's a little bit more affordable, but the rents hold the same as the other areas. So a lot of people will buy houses in Richlands because it's a little cheaper away from base, but they rent out very, very well to Marines that are moving to the area and maybe not ready to buy yet. All right, and moving further east, we have Swansboro. Swansboro is absolutely gorgeous. It's a little further away from base. You are gonna be right about that 20 to 30 minute mark going to base, but it is a straight shot on the highway. Swansboro is a smaller town. There's not a lot happening in the area, but the scenery and the waterways and everything are just beautiful. And it is a growing city, so you're gonna see a lot of development in the area over the next couple of years. And it's still a short drive to pretty much everything that you need. So getting into Jacksonville is no trouble at all. You're looking at 15 to 20 minutes to get into Jacksonville. And then you can go the other way and, you know, go out to Beaufort. You can go to Morehead City, or you could go out to New Bern or Havelock and go to Cherry Point if you needed to. But overall, it's just a beautiful area. And once again, you feel like you're outside of that military area. Pricing is all over the map. You can get $200,000 houses all the way up to, I mean, 2, 3, 4, 5 million along the waterway. But the majority of the neighborhoods are sitting in that 350 to 650 range. They're very friendly. You see a lot of staff NCOs live out this way and officers that live out near the water. This is also a fantastic area to rent out your property. Should you move duty stations again, you do get pretty good rents in the area. So if you're looking at starting out in your investing career, you know, Swansboro is a pretty good place to start that out as well. All right, and with that said, I hope you guys got something from this video. Once again, there are several different products that you can use with the VA loan. You know, the traditional VA loan where you just use the mortgage and buy a house, right? That's the traditional way to use it. You also have a VA renovation loan, which means that if you're interested in flipping a property or fixing up a property, you can use the VA renovation where you can, you know, close on the house, flip it, get another appraisal, and end up having an end loan at the end, and it's still VA, no money down, all of that stuff. And then the third is a VA construction, so they will actually help you build a brand new house with no money down, and the VA covers pretty much everything as far as the draws and stuff go. If you guys need help on the financing side, figuring out what your options are, what you qualify for, so on and so forth, reach out to the phone number and email address provided. I would love to have a conversation with you, refer you off to my partner, my lending partner, who can help you kind of determine what your minimum and maximums are. But with all that said, once again, I hope you got something from the video, and until the next one, peace. Have a good one. Bye.